In an ancient time, Earth was nearly destroyed. Not by man, but by gods from the sky. 7 mystics banded together to fight the invaders. They created the Dragon Balls.
Hey IGN, this is Eric.
This is Chris.
And we're here today to talk to you about Dragon Ball Evolution.
Prepare to eat dirt.
I think we go right into the obvious here.
Yeah.
Did we like the movie? I gotta tell you, I went in expecting not to. I dug it.
Yeah, man, I had very low expectations walking into the movie. I think we've seen movies like Street Fighter come and go and sort of fail at doing what this movie tries to do. And I have to say, I wasn't blown away. This isn't a 5-star movie, but I was really pleasantly surprised.
I thought, as an adaptation of the anime, it did well in the sense of the character representation. Mm-hmm. They really nailed Goku's character. Yeah. Master Roshi, I mean, you know, the Hawaiian shirts, and he's zany in this movie, but he's just as zany in the anime.
Yeah, Chow Yun-Fat really sort of gets that character and does the whole sort of drunken master thing perfectly.
But then even the world that they kind of inhabit, right?
Yeah, it's set in this sort of multicultural, melting pot, semi-futuristic society. And I'm fairly certain that that is, you know, to make the movie a little bit more broadly appealing. It's not the Eastern setting that fans are going to be used to seeing from the anime, but I don't think it's a huge betrayal because the movie captures the flavor and the spirit of anime really well.
In the anime, they don't really have to get into a lot of the powers and where does the ki come from and that sort of thing. And in the film, they do a great job of explaining that and in a real-world setting.
Yeah, they do enough so that you're not sort of stating the obvious for the hardcore fans, but you're also educating the newcomers as much as they need to be educated. But all in all, I think the movie really tremendously well captures the spirit and the flavor of an anime without being overly cartoonish or too broad.
All right, well, why don't you wrap this whole thing up for us then?
Yeah, absolutely. Dragon Ball Evolution, I think, really gets the source material. It feels like Dragon Ball without being slavish. I think some people are going to love it. I think many people might, you know, have little problems with it along the way. But I think overall, you're going to be rather entertained. I'm going to give it a middle-of-the-road review of 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Well, there you have it. For more Dragon Ball Evolution coverage, be sure to check out movies.ign.com.
You know, it's hard, man, because the mythology around Dragon Ball is so complex. And I can say that I wish that it was better handled. But then if I try to come up with my idea about how to fix that within a 2-hour movie, hour and a half, 2-hour movie, I don't come up with better ideas rather than simplifying it down to the barest thread that was simplified that Jim did with the script. But as my son said, a little less Chinese pep talks would have been good. Yeah.
From the gateway to showbiz glory, this is Hollywood 411.
Piccolo. It's not here. I will have the Dragon Ball, old man.
Gripping scene from the upcoming movie Dragon Ball Evolution, and with me now, one of the stars of the film, James Marsders, who plays Lord Piccolo. Welcome, James. Great to have you. You look a little different in that clip there.
Yeah, I have a little less makeup on, slightly less
Yeah,
makeup
you're a little
on.
less green today, and you've got a little bit of a higher voice.
Yeah, a little bit.
And now, of course, the film is based on the long-running and very complicated anime Japanese cartoon, which you've described as the best cartoon in 50,000 years. Can you tell us a little bit about the story and why you love it so much?
Dragon Ball is the story of an evil race of Saiyans who are superpowered, who can fly and shoot energy bolts out of their hands. They're almost invulnerable, very strong. They're evil, and they like to find nice planets and wipe out intelligent life and sell the planet to the highest bidder. And and they find Earth, and Earth is beautiful, and to them, Earthlings are not that powerful, so they only send a baby to wipe out all human life, and that baby's name's Goku. And he comes to Earth to wipe us all out, but luckily he gets into a crash. On impact, he loses his memory and is found by a kindly older man named Gohan, who raises him as his grandson. But when the kid turns 18 years old, the galaxy, which is much more complex and scary than anyone on Earth realizes, comes knocking in the form of me.
You're the
Piccolo.
galaxy. That's a lot of pressure.
I'm one of many. I'm one of many really powerful, mean people that are really out there that we don't know about, and I'm just the first one to come to Earth.
Yes.
And he deals with me. So right the moment that he becomes a man on his 18th birthday, he has to kind of
face Lord Piccolo,
save the world. Yeah.
Right, and of course you're the big evil guy. I know Lord Piccolo used to be a good guy, but then he was in prison for 2,000 years. I try to keep up with this very complex storyline. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about
it's like
why
the War
you
of the Roses, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, except more complicated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about your character. And he's a very fascinating guy. And also, you were really involved with the look of your character, which we saw there in the clip, which is pretty intense.
Yeah, I was very locked into having to have my character be old and decrepit. I told them, when my girlfriend comes down to Mexico, I want her to run for the hills. I just don't want her to have her kiss me. And she didn't want to kiss me. And then it really hurt my feelings.
You were successful.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I guess.
Yeah. The reason that it was important to me is, A, that's the way it is in the anime. But it's my whole, it's the reason my character is so angry, is because I was locked away in prison for 2,000 years, and when I went into prison, I was a lot younger, and it was, I had my mojo.
Yeah.
I get out of prison, look in that mirror for the first time, and I'm old and decrepit, and someone has stolen my youth.
That would make anyone bitter.
Don't you think?
I think
so
it
now
would.
I want to go get the sheriff to put me in jail. I want to go get the whole town that the sheriff was trying to protect, and I can completely understand why Piccolo would turn so destructive.
Now, I heard that your makeup took about 17 hours the first time it was done, and you got it down to 4. But this whole look that you constructed, tell us about how involved you were with that.
My real involvement was trying to make sure that the character was green,
okay,
and the character was old. Beyond that,
we heard about the old. What's the green thing?
Well,
is that like a rotting type of thing?
No. It's just that Piccolo is green. Piccolo is a
in the anime. He's green.
Yeah, he's a very popular character, and he's green. He's got pointed ears, he's got antenna, and he's green, and that's all there is to it. And I always thought that doing Piccolo and not making him green would be kind of like doing the Green Lantern and making him purple or something.
I hear you. Those anime fans are very devoted, and do you feel pressure to answer to them for the look?
Well, I was answering to myself because I'm actually a Dragon Ball fan myself, so I was just like, Piccolo got to be green.
Right, you're your target audience right there.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the film, and I also heard that Justin Chatwin today said that you guys are green-lighted for a sequel. So
I heard that in the makeup room here, actually.
See how we're cutting edge here.
Yeah, thank you.
We like to
I'm
keep you
happy.
informed. Well, either way, that's good news
back
for
in
you.
My green suit. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the film, and we will be watching. James Marsden's Dragon Ball Evolution opens Friday, April 10th.
When it's 9 o'clock in Hollywood, do you know what the stars are doing?
TV Guide Network does.
Hollywood 411, weeknights at 9/8 Central on TV Guide Network.